could I ask you this? Do you think, as some in your party are saying, he should run again, he's open to run again, that he's not too old to run again?
Neil, I'm not going to go there. This is about today. You're asking about problems today. There's an inflation problem, but what you haven't said is...
6 out of 10 Democrats don't think the president's up to dealing with this today, right?
Neil, are you going to let me speak?
Please, go ahead.
Thank you. Neil, what you haven't said is, in terms of inflation...
How well are things going in the country today? Only 21% say things are going well. I want to put that in some historical context for you. 21% is the low point. This goes back, in fact, off this chart, Jake. You have to go back to 2009 to find a time when the American electorate was this dissatisfied with the way things were going in the country. And when we ask specifically about economic conditions and we say, can you rate the economic conditions today? Look at this number. 82% of respondents in this poll say economic conditions in America are poor. Only 18% say that economic conditions are good right now.
This week, the American people confirmed what we have been saying for months, that the overwhelming majority of voters disapprove of President Biden's handling of key issues. 73% of Americans disapprove of Biden's handling of inflation. 57% of Americans disapprove of Biden's handling of energy. And 59% of Americans disapprove of Biden's handling of the border crisis and illegal immigration. Yet House Democrats want to talk about everything except the crises facing our country. Instead, this week they are doubling down on their reckless spending with a bloated appropriations package that will only make our economic crisis worse. Once again, Nancy Pelosi and House Democrats are putting their socialist wish list ahead of the challenges facing our communities. Inflation is sky high. Illegal border crossings are up and our communities are less safe. This is not a coincidence. This is what happens when one-party Democrat rule fails America. Republicans remain focused on addressing the issues facing hardworking Americans, while Joe Biden, Nancy Pelosi, and House Democrats are not.
Ronald Reagan couldn't have been more prescient when he described inflation as, quote, the price we pay for those government benefits everyone thought were free. While members tout their shiny new pet projects, Americans are footing the bill. It's unconscionable that Congress continues to pat itself on the back for passing massive spending bills, while the country has a financial millstone around its neck. It's high time that Congress subject itself to the same cutbacks that working-class families are facing now. It's time to pass the Price Act. Congress has become the trust fund baby that doesn't understand the value of a dollar. The Price Act is the recognition that sometimes you need to take away the credit card.
Here we are facing another week where Democrats will not bring up any bills on the House floor to lower gas prices, to lower inflation, to secure America's border, to address the serious problems that families are facing. You just saw over the weekend, Joe Biden came back from Saudi Arabia. Hat in hand, he goes over there begging them to produce more oil. You had the French President Macron telling him that the answer was going to be no. Yet he flew Air Force One 5,700 miles over to Saudi Arabia just to be told, no, they won't produce more energy, when he could have just stayed here, where the answer would have been yes. We've got all the energy that we need to meet America's needs and our allies around the world, and it's Joe Biden who keeps saying no to American energy as he begs foreign dictators to produce the oil that we need to meet our demands. It's why families are struggling under an 88% increase in gas prices at the pump. That's how much more families are paying today than when Joe Biden became president. 88% more. But what are they bringing to the floor this week, as Mario and my other colleagues talked about? A massive increase in spending. 14% increase in spending in an appropriations bill that was drawn up in a hyper-partisan way to drive inflation even higher. And when you think about what's hurting families the most right now, it's high gas prices, it's high inflation when they go to the grocery store. If they can even find the products they're looking for, it's costing them 15, 20, 30% more to buy those products. And if somebody wants to buy a home right now, maybe they want to be a first-time home buyer. Well, good luck, because next week we're expecting another 1% increase in interest rates because of all of President Biden and Speaker Pelosi's spending, and their answer is to add more spending in Washington. They're so out of touch with where families are right now, and House Republicans are going to continue to propose ideas to fix these problems. We brought forward a package of energy bills that would lower gas prices tomorrow. I've presented them directly to the majority leader time and time again for months now, and not a single one of those bills has come to the floor. All bills that would not only be bipartisan, but would lower gas prices today for families and start lowering inflation. And so we're going to continue pushing to restore sanity as they continue going down this path of driving inflation higher, embracing an unsecure border with millions of people coming across our border because Joe Biden won't do his job in securing the American people. We're going to continue pushing to solve these problems.